Good evening and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast deadline stream on this fine Thursday evening. Just the two of us, Ben.
Yeah.
Producer Scott has gone AWOL, so we're back to the couple of originals here, back in the hosting seat. But yeah, we're not going to hang around tonight. We're going to jump straight into the questions from the Discord and our patrons, and then we will open the questions up to subscribers within the comments on YouTube if you're watching live. Yeah, hit a like. If you've not subscribed, you're going to have to subscribe to comment when we open it up. But yeah, let's get rocking and rolling on this Thursday. We try to do these as many times as we can throughout the season. We know they're probably one of the most favourite episodes that get heard, having all the knowledge apart from what's going to happen in the second half of the Forest and Aston Villa games. But I think the Aston Villa reverted back to form by the looks of the first half stats, and Notts Forest are currently losing 2-1. Anyway, right, straight in. Discord questions from our patrons. Shea McAteer, who's the best pick, Ben, for the next 2 to 3 game weeks? Ismail Assar at Palace, Gordon at Newcastle on penalties now, as we've seen from the other night, a pair of penalties for him, and Gyökeres, who is rumoured to be on penalties.
Yeah, I really like Gordon for the next few weeks. Yeah, especially now he's on penalties. What do you think?
I do like the look of him because he gets points from quite a few angles as well, doesn't he? He puts himself about, he gets tackles, dribbles, which is always good for the PPM. I think out of those three, I'd go Gordon. I do like that Voldemort. Just the couple of games I've watched him,
yeah,
he's definitely got a bit about him. When they signed him for big money, you look at the fee and I looking at his goal scoring record. It weren't amazing. I really do think he's slotted in so well, and he very much looks ready made for Premier League. So yeah, but Gordon probably, obviously with the penalties, shades that. But yeah, out of them three, definitely Gordon for me. Right, DT Patrick. Lots of people seem to be jumping off Pedro and Cucurella. Is this maybe a mistake as looking forward? Chelsea's fixtures seem really good. I have both. I'm looking for a reason to keep as I've got other fires, which is true. What would you do with them two, mate? Have you got either of them?
No, I haven't got any of them. If Pedro didn't get sent off, I probably would be more interested in keeping him. But I think he's only a 1 game ban as well. But it's still, you're missing out on a double game week in game week 9, aren't you? So yeah, game week 8. So I probably would move him on. And yeah, Cucurella, quite expensive. I'd probably move him on someone a bit more nailed as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of rotation going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
Pedro's injured every week, according to the news. Although he's been seen in training again this week, so it looks like Pedro's all right for the Liverpool game. Look, Liverpool defeat again the other night. They've not looked great this season. Defensively, especially, they've looked a little bit shaky. So I don't mind Pedro. I don't mind Pedro against Liverpool. I've got him in my team. Obviously, sent off in Europe, weren't he?
Yeah, 1 game ban.
So I don't mind holding him for this week. He'll play this week. Obviously, and then I'd look to probably get rid for next week and bring in a doubler. Cucurella, yeah, again, there's better options, I think, as well for his price. So I don't mind either for this week. I don't think Liverpool are all that scary at the minute. So yeah, I think you could probably just put out your other fires, Patrick, and he might get you a few points this week. Roberto, top 5 must-have players this week. Quite a broad range of players because everyone's in a single, quite even. Just best fixtures, but you've got the likes of Villa against Burnley. But Villa, I mean, well, you can't be trusted, is what I'd say. Who would you target, Ben? 5 players that stand out for you this week.
There's loads of standout players this week, I think. But yeah, if I can narrow it down, obviously I've got to put Haaland in there. He's on fire. Gordon, who we've just been talking about, I think he's a good pick for the next few weeks. Doku's on fire. I think I won't mind him in there. And then look at Munoz tonight. He's expensive, but he's gone and scored 20 pointer this week. Playing in Conference League against all these minnows, going to be clean sheets galore, I think. Coming out with price rises every week. So, you got him, and then you got Saka, Gyökeres, something like that. Eze from Arsenal. Arsenal's fixtures are fantastic as well.
Yeah.
Lots of options.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, when you've got a single and it is before an international as well, some people like to take a punt on somebody. I like Sunderland's 2 fixtures there, Man United and Wolves. They've looked good, Sunderland. The energy they're playing with, the organisation. Isidore, find it back of the net. Obviously, they're not really Dream Team players, to be fair, but I just like that. I like that couple of fixtures. If anyone likes a punt, you don't have to always pick double game week players, Ben. Just so you know.
But you're booking in a transfer, aren't you? Really, for the next week or the week after that?
You guess so, because you're going to want them doublers. I mean, the City assets away at Brentford. Brentford will leak a few goals there. Is Haaland going to share a few around? Hopefully. And it depends what kind of tune Nuno gets out of West Ham. Tough second game up that against Arsenal. It's Newcastle, Gordon, this Forest team. I mean, I think they're getting what they deserve. I think I read the stat that since they sacked Nuno, they've not won a game.
Yeah.
And some would say that's karma. I think West Ham are a little bit in that boat as well. After Moyes, aren't they? That they're just struggling to do anything. It's always like they want to make these changes for the fancy manager, or I think there's like the grass is greener, or they could do even better. And they're crapping on the people that got them into these positions, like Moisey. I mean, he's not my favourite manager anyway, but he did a cracking job there at West Ham, and now they're struggling. So Arsenal could tear them over. I think Arsenal and Newcastle probably the two for me for this week. Don't really need to name the players, the likes, Saka, Gordon, Voltamed. They're the ones. Eze still to really catch fire. We'll see. Legend Ian does gigs. If you can pick 2 players from these with budget no option, who would you pick? Gordon, Gabriel, Voltamed, Sarr, and Saka. Who would you pick them?
Well, yeah, Gordon again. Definitely. I like the look of that. And then it's between Gabriel and Saka for me. They're all depending on what your teams need, and if you need a defender or if you can fit Saka in your team. Sarr, I like Sarr, but he didn't play in didn't start the match tonight in the Conference League, but probably will start the next one, so he's probably just giving him a little bit of a rest. And the rule Voltemada's decent, but I think I prefer the midfielders. I think I'm more preferring a 3-5-2 at the minute than a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3.
Yeah, I'm almost dropped to a 4-5-1. That's crazy. Do you know I wouldn't be against having all 5 of those in your team. I think they're all very good options.
Yeah.
I think I don't think you can go much wrong with picking any of them 5. Gun to the head, I'd probably go Gordon and Saka or Gordon and Gabriel.
Yeah, agree.
I think Gordon on penalties is a game changer. Really, really does bring him into all the main conversations regarding best assets, definitely. Have you heard much on Gabriel? Is he a risk for West Ham after his precautions sub in midweek? Do you know?
Yeah.
Have you heard any whispers about that?
It's looking like it'd be all right for the weekend, basically.
Another one of those Pedro's a doubt. It's these Brazilians in it. Icos, would you keep Perry or Swapperoo? Is Perry still injured?
Yeah, as far as I know, Darla's been playing, hasn't he? I think I'll be tempted just to give it one more week, just like leave it, and then next week you can move it on for a double game week player.
Yeah, I'll leave it for one more. I'd agree. Lee Hooper, he's considering Gyökeres captain over Haaland this week as I'm getting behind the 8 ball. The Arsenal will win this game 4-0. Is it brave or stupid? What's the worst that can happen? Well, I mean, I don't know what the percentage was of people that didn't captain Haaland this week. But, I mean, they're pretty much, they've got a lot of catching up to do now, no matter who they captained. Because he's got off this week, and it's one of them where it really, really, if you had gone against him, it really hurts. Now, it's not as stupid as it might sound in a single. I don't mind it, but I think they've both got good fixtures. But Haaland's, you got to play the 4 man, I think. Gyökeres, it could come off, but if it doesn't, you know you've done the wrong thing. And I think that's what I always say, is that make decisions that you can own. If it goes wrong, you've not done something that is a little bit too out there. I just think Haaland away at Brentford is probably the captain for me. What do you reckon, Ben?
Yeah, I think just play it safe this week. Put it on Haaland. He's on fire. Gyökeres isn't really hitting the net at the minute. And if it doesn't work out, you'll be annoyed with yourself, won't you, all weekend? So yeah, I think just play it safe. Put it on Haaland while he's on fire, and then next when you come back for the international break, have another look, see what if there are any other opportunities to go against him.
Gyökeres on his own is a differential, isn't he? Gyökeres bags a couple. You're gonna rise in the ranks anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to cap him to get the absolute points across. I think just having him, and if he gets a decent haul, you'll be pretty well in. So yeah, and you need to still see, does he have penalties? Does he not? It's still up in the air that whether he has or not, and makes him more attractive, obviously, if he does. But he's not looking quite as prolific as Haaland at the minute. But
yeah,
give him time.
I wonder if Nuno gets West Ham more defensive now.
Well, this is it as well. It's what can Nuno do? He's going to have he's had a full week with them, and is he going to be able to get that team doing a bit? It's tough. It's tough against Arsenal. They've got such a good team, and they rested 3 or 4 of the players, didn't they? In Champions League, coming a little bit like a Carabao Cup. But yeah, they got to rest Eze, with Eze, Odegaard, Saka rested. I think it was. It's not bad when you can leave them out. So, yeah, tricky. Demand. I'm pretty certain I'll swap Ndiaye for Gordon, which, great move. I also have Bowen. I'd like to move on. I don't have any Arsenal. Do you think it's worth getting an Eze or Odegaard now, or holding Bowen and having 3 transfers till after the break? It's obviously Bowen against Arsenal, or would you just switch him over and take what looks like a good fixture for Arsenal?
I mean, I'm not against holding it because it's only a single game day. Bowen could easily score a goal, or he doesn't even have to score a goal to pick up 4 or 5 points, does he? Like Eze, Odegaard, they're not nailed, are they, at the minute? So they could be rested, or they might play 30 minutes or something. They still get points, but Bowen could equal what they get in the single game day. So I'd be interested to try and get through with 3 transfers for next week and then move him on for a double game week player.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It really is a bit of a lottery with what's going to happen with West Ham. Are they going to improve under Nuno? He's a good manager. I like Nuno. But is it too early? Is this game a bit too tough too early? I don't know. Yeah. I think that's got to gauge what you're thinking. If you think West Ham are going to get a hammering against Arsenal, it might be worth switching him now across to the Arsenal lads, but because you're going to want to make that switch at some point. But again, the hold, is it such a bad thing? Check out the price rises as well and the drops, and make a decision from there. Because obviously, got to take into account the price rises or falls.
Yeah, like last season, you couldn't really roll the transfers unless you didn't do anything. So I'd be like, get it done now. But because you've got that international break in between, and Eze and Odegaard are going to be going away with the internationals, might get injured, and then you're stuck with them, and you've got to move them out again. So
that's it.
I'd be tempted just to hold.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Obviously, after an international break, I mean, I'm trying to do it. I just it's tricky because I've got in my team I've got Gusto. As much as I want to hold my 2 transfers, I just know he's probably not going to play, and that's frustrating. That probably forcing my hand a little bit because I think Gusto will probably possibly go up this week in price as well because he got the clean sheet. So a little bit frustrating, but got to keep your eye on it. As play, I've got Dewsbury Hall 3.1 and Pedro 4.9 with 1.2 in the bank, which gives a grand total of 9.2. Who are you bringing in? Dewsbury Hall and Pedro wants rid of with 9.2 million. Where's my bloody dream team thing?
I like the price of the Newcastle centre half Thiaw. He's
he looks good.
Yeah, 3.4 million should be going up in price. So that's your 3 million-ish player, and then you could get Gordon with the other one with the Pedro money. Still have about $1 million in the bank as well.
Yeah, Gordon 4.7. So quick maths, that leaves you 4.5. I think like you see, I think you've got to go Gordon. What's Doku up to now?
He's 4 million, is he?
Where are you, Doku? Why can't I find him? Oh, it's bloody thinking him. I'll say he's not that low down on points. 4 million. Doc. I mean, you look at it that way. Doku and Gordon in for KDH and Pedro. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all.
Yeah. Looks like he might rise as well. 0.2.
Yeah. See, I mean, yeah, you're improving your bank balance as well with those two moves. Yeah, I think that's a nice play, that as play. Walkingfootball.com. When do you think not only FPL will update the latest predicted prize rises, prize drops this week, considering there are more games tonight? No, I'm not too sure about this. I don't know whether you spoke to Frank, but I think the other week was we were going through and having a look, weren't we? And they were predicted, and it were a little bit confusing because there were a few that were predicted only to say go down 0.1 when we were expecting 0.3, or going up 0.1 when we were expecting 0.3 or 0.2. And I think it was the second game that was affecting that. I'm not too sure what's been sorted since.
He updated it last night at 5 to 11, so he might do it again tonight after the games are finished.
Keep refreshing. Walkingfootball.com. Keep refreshing.
Send him a message on the Discord. He's in our Discord anyway. I'm sure he'll get back to you.
Right, Colin's next. I'm a little bit confused. I'm hoping that he's on about taking him out exactly the same as play. I want Dewsbury plus Pedro. I'm guessing he wants him out.
Yeah.
It's just that important bit, that Colin. You want him out, mate. Yeah, obviously no Europe for Dewsbury on 0.3 down. He got that yellow card, which unbelievable. I can't believe he got that yellow card. That were horrendous refereeing. Pedro obviously misses Europe, and he's down, probably going to down 0.3 as well. So he's got 8.4 to use and no Arsenal coverage. So who within that budget can I best achieve? Gabriel and either Bergval or Sarr, or Bogard and Gyökeres, or Enzo Fernandez, Gordon, Richarlison, or Sarr.
If he's adamantly wants Gabriel, he's got 3.4 million there to get that Thiaw as well. Could double up, get two defenders in.
Yeah, he's a good option, that Thiaw.
If he definitely wants Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, Gordon and Enzo isn't. Well, the thing is Palmer, he's expected back into after international break.
Yeah.
So Enzo loses the penalties, which we're guessing he still has. So I won't put him up there. I mean, again, Doku's at 4. I don't mind Bergval. He's looked good. I think he should have more points than what he's got. He should probably have scored a couple more. I don't mind Gordon and Bergval or Gabriel and Bergval. It's a shame you can't do Doku and Gordon. You're a few off, but that's the budget thing, isn't it? That's why we're always on about raising budget early doors. But yeah, I think within there, Richarlison 3.3 is cheap in it, and if he's going to start them games, it's not a bad option. You've got enough names there, good names. I wouldn't go Bogard, and I wouldn't go Gyökeres. I'm probably not Papsar. I think your other lot are all right, and I'd throw Doku in at 4 million into that mix. And I think between all them, Colin, you'll be able to sort yourself a nice little couple of transfers, but you're getting the right 2 players out. Eggsy. Thoughts on Foden to Gordon? Not sure either start this weekend. This is it. This is the Okie Kokie.
Why is Gordon not going to start this weekend?
I have no idea.
He's back from suspension now, isn't he? So it should be.
Yeah, he's had his rest, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think Gordon's one of them players that if they fit, I think they play. Well, he's Duracell bunny. He's just full of energy. So, the thing is with the Foden thing, I know it is recency thing, isn't it? It's like Foden scored well against, was it Port Vale? Not Port Vale.
Huddersfield, wasn't it?
Huddersfield. And he obviously he played well over the last few games as well, not just obviously in that cup game against lower league, but he looked back to his best. Then he doesn't score very well in this double, and he is going to go down in price for the looks. But you just know what happens. If you go for the recency and go, well, Gordon scored well, so that means he's going to score well this week. But I think they've got a good fixture, City.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be too quick to get rid of Foden. Put it that way. I think he's a great asset to have, and he could easily bang. So, if you wanted Gordon, I'd just find a different route if you could. But if it's value wise, and you know the money's tied up in Foden, you really want Gordon, that's what you fancy. You got to go with your gut on that. But it does feel a little bit hokey-cokey with the who scored best the previous week, and it never ends well. Ask Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, I think I agree. I wouldn't really want to sell Foden, but that penalties have like proper shot him up the watch list because obviously penalties are a massive part of the game, aren't they? So,
yeah, huge.
Yeah, but obviously Foden plays for one of the best teams. So, but I think if you want to play the money thing, yeah, it's probably going to be about a 0.4 swing. But I'd want Foden for the games coming up. So find a different way, like you say.
Yeah, if you can. Just a test one. The Dream Team Tonic podcast coming to you, sponsored by Coors. Still not heard from you, Dave. Down to your marketing manager. Right. Julian, we stuck with Bruno still somehow. I mean, how long did Bruno last in your team, mate?
Mine?
Yeah.
I got rid of a few weeks. I think I got him the week before, just only because of money. He's a lot of money tied up in him. And he scored that week as well.
And then he missed the penalty afterwards.
Yeah, missed penalty afterwards.
Yeah. Good move. Anybody that's still got him, you've obviously had other. There's been a lot of injuries, haven't there? So even if you're looking to ditch him, I think when you know he's going to play 90 minutes, and it's not your fault, Julian.
0.3 drop this week, it looks like.
Yeah. I think you've got to move him. I do, because you're not getting much more. You're not getting much more out of him now. I mean, he's got a tricky fixture against Sunderland, and then after the international break, they got Liverpool away. I just think now's the time. Get rid of him. Don't take another 0.3 on him. Get the 0.6 swing. Bring in Gordon. I mean, bring in Gordon or Doku or Foden or get rid. It's time. It's time. I don't know if you're a United fan and that's why you might have held him for so long, but it's definitely time.
Yeah, I think you just got to forget that Sunderland coming up and just move him on. Because Sunderland's not an easy fixture now.
No. Not for a team like United either.
No.
The one they're struggling, their heads are low. Like Sunderland, they're so buoyant. They're on this like wave, aren't they? They're riding the wave. They're full of energy. They're closing everything down. They're first every ball. They might not be the best team in the league, but the start they've had is unbelievable. They've got a keeper in net that just stops anything. It's going to be a tough old game, that. Tough old game, that, for United. They really, really need something from somewhere, but I don't think that's the game. So, yeah, get rid. Ian Does Gigs back, legend. As it's a single week, is it the perfect opportunity to catch someone else other than Haaland because it's minimal risk? reckon, Ben?
Yeah, I would say the single game weeks are a good week to captain somebody else, but when Haaland's on this form, I just think just stick with it for now.
Yeah.
There's no one standing out to me this week. There's loads of good options, but I think I just bring some differentials in and just still captain Haaland.
Yeah. I completely agree. Conk, question 1. Pino. Still got Pino sat in his team. I think he got an assist tonight, didn't he?
Got 2, didn't he?
2 assists. Did he get the second one as well, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, fair play. We had Jim Daly, didn't we? Speaking about Pino, I think Jim had him in his team as well, didn't he? He went for Pino.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good shout. Good shout, Conk. BT Philip, would you do Porro to Munoz and Pedro to Gordon this week? Or would you deal with Livramento this week as his price rise is only predicted to be 0.1 and he's got a bit of an injury, hasn't
he? Yeah. Do you know what? That's quite tempting, isn't it? The Porro, Munoz, Pedro Gordon price rises. And then Livramento, you'll miss one game and then you can move him on next week and you get a little price rise out of him. It is tempting.
Yeah. If you're going to play with 10, do it in a single.
Yeah.
Because you're only losing one game. Obviously, if it were a double, we'd be straight away saying get rid of Livramento. You can't hold him for that. But yeah, I don't mind that. But are you going to want Porro back? Are we writing Porro off too early? I've got Porro. I'm really in like that state of I really don't know what to do with him because I know he's also one of those players that can really do you a little bit of harm.
Yeah.
When you remove him, you pick him for a reason. He's valued that high for a reason. But same with Munoz. Yeah, he's very similar ilk. Obviously, yeah, Palace they're riding the crest of a wave as well.
Could do. Could do Trippier for Livramento, because he's out for 6 to 8 weeks, so Trippier should play instead.
You get all the set players there with Trippier, don't you?
Yeah.
Who does he steal that off? Who would have been taking the set players? Bruno.
Gordon takes
Gordon.
Corners. To be honest, I'm not sure. I think Gordon takes a lot of corners.
Plenty of Newcastle fans in Discord will enlighten us on that one. But yeah, the moves look they're good moves. Porro could burn you, Pedro could burn you, but you're going to get the money. It depends, Philip. Do you need to boost that budget? I don't know what your budget's on currently, but they're not bad moves, are they? Lee Doc, next up, Munoz or Gabriel. I think that's a tough one. I think you'd like to have both in your team. I think they're both cracking assets. I'd go Munoz just for. I think he's more an exciting pick, and I'm always tempted by that wing back, full back, rather than the centre half.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I like Munoz. 19 games unbeaten now, Palace. Yeah, I think I'd go Munoz just because the attacking threat, and he's got tackles and can get you all sorts of stuff. And he's going to be playing against AEK Larnaca in Game Week 8, and he might get an early substitution, 60, 70 minutes again, clean sheet. Yeah, and he's got decent fixtures in the league. Obviously, Game Week 9's tough, but they've proven they're up there now with the top teams. They've done well against the Liverpool and that this season. So, yeah, I'd be happy to have him in my team now for a long while.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit worried he's going to get away from me now with the price.
This is the trouble, especially when they start going a bit of a run and they start enticing you in, and then you can't quite get there with the cash. But you could always sell Salah. I'm pretty sure that's going to pop up somewhere. I thought I'd seen that question elsewhere. I think it was, or was it just a comment on the Discord about Salah being one of the most sold players this week in Dream Team? Interesting. I think people cashing in on that, wanting to take the cash out of him. I think
not one for me yet.
Is he due to go down 0.2, 0.3?
Must be.
It might be a 0.3 for 4 points over 2 games. It's literally just appearance, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, Yolanda next. Thoughts on Foden to Saka? If you're listening just a little bit earlier, Yolanda. Obviously, Foden, he wasn't the pick of the bunch this week, but he's been playing well. So I would sacrifice somebody else. So thoughts on Foden to Saka or Foden to Gordon? That was a bit of a tongue tie there. Foden to Gordon. Or keep Foden and swap Kudus to Gordon and Pedro to Voltemade, going full on Newcastle. I've got no Arsenal representation or Newcastle, but already have Chelsea and City. What do you reckon, Ben?
Can't she swap Pedro to Gordon? I'd rather do that and then leave Voltemade. I'm not sure about him yet. Just he looks good, but he's not getting the stats up. Like, he's getting 1 goal and 1 shot on target in the last few games. He's not that explosive, so I'd be happy just to wait a little bit longer on him. But definitely Gordon, get him in. Pedro to Gordon, maybe even save your other transfer.
Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. I'd leave Foden in. Voldemort, he's passing the eye test. It's just he's got to start turning that into Dream Team points, I think, to then become a proper consideration. But he's definitely better than what I thought he was. I think Newcastle might have stumbled a little bit on another gem there. His finishing's pretty good. Pedro to Gordon's a shout at them. Right, last one in Discord. Then we're going to open the questions up to subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet and you're listening, hit the subscribe button, and the comments will be opened up, and we'll try and make our way through a good few questions from you all before we head off on this Thursday evening. So, brothers, last one, mate. This isn't a transfer for this week, but it helps my planning. Do you think Kusanov for 3 million for game week 8? Because apparently he should be fit by then, is a decent option. If it meant I was able to upgrade someone by $1 million, for example, replacing Konza to Kusanov and then Njai to an Eze. Do you reckon, Ben?
I'm not sure, because he's a bit like a Gusto. I think he's going to get minutes, but he might not start every game. So, yeah, I probably that Tiawa again, 3.4 million. He's decent. Newcastle's got good fixtures, and it looks like he's nailed in the back line for Newcastle now. If you want someone cheap, but yeah, Ndai to Eze is going to be a decent move for the next few weeks.
Yeah, like you say, if you're needing to trim Konza back to make that move, Tiao, if you can afford that, he's a shout. Kusanov, the thing is that he was looking good before his injury, and he was looking a little pretty set. It's one of them. Whether is he going to go straight back into that side? It's tough. It's tough to know, especially with Pep. So you want people that are nailed. So if you can, try and do that, brothers. Right. I'm a little bit rusty with this hosting lark, so I am going to try and open the chat to you all. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if these comments start flooding in. Oh, there you are. These flying in. Ian does gigs. Good evening. So if you want to just drop any questions you've got, any dilemmas you've got into the comments, into the chat, and we'll sort it out. Yeah, tea for ready, mate. Yeah, got the tea.
You got to read it out, man.
Oh yeah, sorry. Have I got those teeth ready for the Leeds Awards, Tony? They're there. We're heading over to the FCA Awards at Leeds, Ellen Road, for the finals. If you didn't know, I think it is in the description. I didn't set this up, but if it's not, it will be. If you can vote for us, that'd be much appreciated. If you're enjoying what you're seeing. Good evening to Ryan Cook, TS Editor, Joe Cook, TK. No questions thus far. There we go. We'll just sit back.
Salah is finished. Get rid. TK. What do you think?
Yeah. I said that at the start of the season. I've not had him yet. I thought it was either going to make or break my season, but I don't think it's done either. I think if you have him, you've not really lost. You've lost a bit of budget from elsewhere, but you could have covered that from other angles. But if you haven't had him, I don't think you've been burnt too much. I mean, if it weren't for the 97th minute penalties and stuff that you were getting, you'd have less points than many other players.
What about game week 8 though? Man United at home, Frankfurt away. Do you not want him for that, or 12th man?
No. This is the thing with Salah, is that because he's got the penalties as well, so he's in a good side and he's got penalties. So even if he's playing crap, it only takes somebody else to be tripped up, and he's getting that option to score for 7-8 points. So that's why he's dangerous if you don't have him. But I don't want to be hanging around waiting for him to do that, especially when you've got so much talent on the pitch up front for Liverpool, and with Isak coming in. I don't. Do you know what? Unless he starts, I'm not saying I won't put him in. I'm not daft like that, but there could come a point where I get to Christmas and then obviously goes to AFCON. It could actually get to it where I don't have him all season. Now that'd be weird. That would be weird to somebody obviously played Dream Team all these years to not have had Salah, and if I'm still up there, it'd be interesting to see what his points total finishes on this season. Leighton Jeffs, Mr. Money Man. I'm chasing budget. He's currently at 55.3 million.
Smashing it.
That's a massive budget. I'm sure you don't have any trouble bringing the players that you want. Thoughts on Richardson? I'm guessing that's Richarlison. What do you reckon, Ben? He's cheap, isn't he?
Yeah. Not for me.
He's very streaky.
Yeah.
Richarlison. He could go 3, 4, 5 games with doing naff all, and then just hit a little bit of form for a couple of games. I don't think he's ever going to be a consistent 20, 25 goals a season man, and that is the problem. So he's all right every now and again, punting on him, maybe picking a couple of fixtures out, but yeah, I suppose he's cheap for a reason.
Just before you go on to the next one, Leighton Jeff said added to his question. He said Spence to Munoz and Pedro to Gordon, 1.1 million swing. What do you think?
I mean, that's
no-brainer.
Yeah, because I think not only are you getting the 1.1 million swing, I think you're getting in 2 better players.
Yeah,
2 more dangerous players. So yeah, absolute no-brainer that. Leighton. Ian does gigs, double for Newcastle attack, target the Woeful Forest. Obviously, being live on here, we always lose track of where we are. What score is it?
I know Villa's winning 2-0.
Don't tell me Watkins has scored.
I don't know who scored the first one. I know John McGinn got the second.
3-1 down, Forest at home to Midgetland. Not great.
Philip Billing scored.
No, he hasn't.
That's some transfer, that, isn't it?
Uh,
From Bournemouth to Napoli, win the Serie A, come back to Bournemouth, smashing it in pre-season, and then goes, I'm going to play in Denmark.
Yeah. I mean, they must be paying him big money over there. They must be.
4.5 million they paid for him.
It's not bad. I meid if I were Bournemouth, I'd have kept him. Always a handful. He obviously didn't want to stay, though. There's obviously something going on there. But I don't mind the Newcastle double up. But again, it's like they are the shiny new toy. Don't go too far into him. I think Gordon on penalties is probably enough. And then he was wanting to use your second transfer. I'd probably go somewhere else. Tower Bradkett, is Romero fit for Saturday? From what I heard, it was just precautionary, he didn't travel. So I think he'll be fine. I've not heard anything else to say otherwise. So you should be okay. I don't know, because I've got Porro. So obviously Romero's better for the budget, isn't he? And to be fair, he's been better for the points as well. Especially the player performance marks. He's been outscoring Porro on those, which is strange. Brownie, evening, mate. Nice to have you watching, mate.
Evening.
For Richarlison, Ice Kitty. John McGinn, Rick Plant. John McGinn scored 3 goals in 3 games. Are you bringing him in? It reminds me a little bit of the was it Onana last season with James? He's he can't score every week, and then how many weeks running did he score? It were unbelievable. But yeah, I'll say it. John McGinn won't score every week. Lee Doherty, he's going 4-5-1 this week. Do you know, honestly, I've toyed with it. I looked at maybe using my 2 transfers and bringing Gabriel and Timber in and going 4-5-1 and just leaving Haaland up there on his own. He says he'd go 3-6-1 if he could. Who would your top 3 attackers be for the next 3 or 4 weeks?
Haaland.
I mean, it's definitely Haaland.
Yeah, I think Gordon.
Yeah.
Who else? Top of my head.
You got to go Doku, aren't you? He's been flying. Yeah. Obviously, last game was a little bit of a nothing. Didn't quite hit the PPM, and he took off early, so he didn't have time to rectify that. But he's still been an absolute menace. He's been a menace so far this season, showing exactly what he can do. Miss Snoopy, Evening. How's it going? Great to have you listening. Benjamin Bethune, one of our YouTube members. Salah and Pedro out for Saka and Gordon. Leaves me with 2.4 budget. Can upgrade defenders next week, i.e. Williams and Romero. This is what we're probably going to see a lot of, Ben, is people ditching Salah and starting to spread that budget. Would you do it?
I mean, you could do it for Chelsea, couldn't you? It's a decent week to do it, but I'd want him back for the Game of Heat 8 double. 10 possibly could be a captaincy there. Man United, Frankfurt, but you could 12th man him back in if you didn't want to buy him back on Game of 8. You fancied spreading the funds, but he's still the second highest scoring striker in the game.
Crazy, isn't it?
but he's not like outscoring people by miles for his price, like Haaland is. So, but Salah last season was on fire at this time of the season, wasn't he? And Haaland wasn't. Haaland was just spluttering along like Salah is this year. So it's just when he comes good though, he's just gonna. I think he will come good again. But like you say, Liverpool's got more options this year. Like Haaland's the main man, and Salah doesn't seem to be the main man at the minute.
Yeah, I think Salah's going to suffer with him gobbling up his goals. Because Isak in that team, he scores 20 goals, doesn't he? You got to think so. And then you got Ekatike. Gakpo's still going to probably get 10, 12 goals. He's got to eat into it. I mean, he's got his penalties still. And that does still give him that edge. Because like I say, even if he's having a crap game, 93rd minute, as we've seen. But on the flip side, like I say, I went without him and I spread the budget to begin with. So if you're going to do Salah and Pedro for Saka and Gordon, does Saka and Gordon outscore Salah and Pedro? I think so. And if that also then gives you the budget to up your defenders like Williams, if you've got Williams who is playing in a Ange Postecoglou team who never likes to defend, I think it could give you a bit of an edge there. But
Chris Woods just scored.
Is that 3-2 then there?
Yeah, penalty.
But there you are. That's Ange ball, innit? Probably finished 5-4. Evening, Joe. Scroll down. Yeah, TK just saying about Richarlison, 43 points, which is it's decent tally for so far. 3.3. It is good. It's just getting him at the right time. Very streaky. Cal Ginnifer, are we overlooking John McGinn? No, he will not score every week. But I mean, I do like John McGinn. He very nearly ended up at Rovers before Villa come in and stole him. Ice Kitty, were you doing any live streams on a Saturday morning as you did last season? Enjoyed the last minute leaks and captaincy polls? I think so. Obviously, just the way it's fallen over the last few weeks. If there's not a couple of us available, then we can't so much do it. But I'm sure over the course of the season there'll be quite a few Saturday mornings where I think Ben, you're on football training, right, with your lad?
Yeah, I coach my son's team, so I can't do Saturday mornings.
Yeah, so it's all depending on me and Scott. So if there isn't a Saturday morning one, you can blame us too. TK again, not long brought Donnarumma in, but he hasn't done much. So should you sell? I think once you've committed to an expensive keeper, I think you just leave him now. Ryan Cook, right? This looks like one. Route 1, Donnarumma and KDH out for Roofs and Doku. Look at that, Roofs being an option to bring in. That's mental. Game week 8 would be Saar and Pedro out for Fernandez and Voltemade. Route 2, KDH and Pedro out for Doku and Richarlison. Pap Saar and Anderson out for Reinders and Paulinho. I just wouldn't. Don't be making transfers on your keeper, unless you're really needing that funds to get to Doku or else. I mean, KDH and Pedro. Would you do that, Ben?
You obviously committed to him now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need the money, drop it down to someone else. But I won't go to Roofs now. I'll go to another European keeper. Probably Henderson, but it's not much difference now. What's that? 3.7. Donnarumma's 4.1 or something? I have to check that.
Let me get it here. Price. Donnarumma's 4. and
Yes.
Henderson's 3.7.
Yeah, it's not much difference. Sells is 2.9, but Forest look crap, so conceding loads of goals at the minute.
Yeah.
So
I think everyone were looking at Sells as the option, weren't they, to move
Mm.
across to, and it made complete sense because he was the cheapest and he was the one with the doubles. But then when you put Ange in charge, I don't think clean sheets are ever on the agenda. So
what about
that's all your keeper can do.
obviously Allison got injured, didn't he, in the week? Mamad Dashvili, he's 3.5 million, but how long is he going to play for? Then Allison's back in again, so I think I'd rather go Henderson. Henderson's playing all the games in the well, he played tonight in Europe anyway, so could be a good option and might be going up with a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think obviously this week, I think if Bruce is going to get the price rise again, he's going to go up to 3 million, which does put you in a good position when you keeper if you've already had Bruce. I don't know who you had before Donnarumma, Ryan, but I think you just commit to him now. You know, he's gonna get some points. He's a cracking keeper. City, they'll start keeping cleans. Nick Perry, out of the three, sells Van Dijk and Pedro. Who to go? Sell stinking the gaff up since bringing in at the start of Europe. Could upgrade to Ryan, sell Pedro for Gordon. You've just answered your own question, Nick. I think if you can afford to go across to Raya and that you're just setting your keeper then and forgetting, aren't you? He's done then for the season. And you can swap Pedro for Gordon. You're going to get a 0.6 swing possibly for the Pedro and Gordon, 0.5. I think, yeah.
So expensive though, isn't he? 4.8 million, Raya. I think I'd still go for Henderson. If you got
but if he's sat there saying you can afford Raya, would you not go Raya?
It's just last season I went too soon to get to Martinez. I think he was 4 million or something. And then I ended up selling him anyway to get money back in the team so I could get someone else in. Ended up dropping back down again to a cheaper goalkeeper. There wasn't in Europe, I think. Which was just wasted transfer, really. Yeah. I wouldn't go to Raya. It's too expensive. Henderson, 3.7 is decent price.
Yeah, to sneak the doubles.
Solid team.
But Pedro to Gordon.
You'll need that money later on, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a good shout, Ben. Steve Ricks, good evening, mate. How are you feeling after Villa's win? Let us know. Would you rather have Porro or Gabriel this week? Taking out KDH for McGinn. We've got McGinn. Super John McGinn.
No Carabao Cup for Villa, though, in a few weeks. Man City single in Game Week 9.
It's true. They do have that single. What would you do?
Is he bringing Porro in? Is he bringing Porro or Gabriel in?
I'm going to guess that he's choosing to bring one of them in.
I think I'd go Gabriel, but I do love Porro. But yeah, I think Gabriel. If I had Porro, I'd just keep him.
Yeah. Yep, same. We've got Porro, keep him. Choosing between the two.
Hard, isn't it?
I'd probably just stick with Porro because you never know when new manager bounds, do you? And as Scott was saying on pod Monday, he was saying about West Ham did him last season. So I think it might be one of them fixtures for Arsenal where they have a bit of a torrid time. Who knows? Evening, Benji. Thoughts on best practice for using the subs for the rest of the season, when to and when not to use this chip. So I've used two. I think I've used two so far. I'll tell you how well they went down, Benji, and then hopefully that'll alert you how not to use them. Where are we going? Sub. So I did Ballard to Gakpo in game week 4, which got me 7 points. Oh, you clicked on the bloody advert there. And I did Semenyo in for Palmer in game week 2. I think quite a few people have done that Palmer move that week, which gave me 10 points. I wouldn't do it unless you know somebody's out. Like, say, we know Palmer's out until after the international break. Unless you know that for definite, I won't do it in a double, because I think a player coming back midweek that you've took out for a sub burning you would really, really hurt. So I don't mind doing it in a single. If you've got someone you want to save that transfer for after the international break, I think there's a bit of value in there for saying I'll use a sub rather than a transfer because I know my player's back after the international break. I think there is a little bit of value there. But yeah, I think with these subs is there are things that just come along that week and the opportunity presents itself that week, because if you do have a player out, it really does depend on where their game sits in that weekend and whether it's going to be a worthwhile sub, because you might have somebody that's injured and then there's only the Monday night game left and it's Sunderland Burnley. Do you want to bring in one of them players? So yeah, very much it's when you feel it. When you feel there's a good opportunity, if someone's out injured and you've got a good game, say City versus Burnley next, and you know you can jump onto a City asset that's highly likely to score well in that game, then I go for it. You reckon, Ben? Like your subs, have you used any yet?
Yeah, I used one in game week 2, and it was on Palmer. I brought in Mbumo, got 11 points. I got lucky really because I brought him in for the Grimsby game, and he didn't start the game, and he come on and scored. So I got lucky with that really, and I haven't used any others. I could have used it in a single, but I'd just rather keep it for a double. You know me, I like a double game week.
Yeah, you do a double game week.
I'd rather suck up the blank in a single than use it in a.
Yeah,
unless it's someone who's absolutely getting spanked every week, and you just
a plum fixture.
Yeah,
if there's a plum one, it's just with a double. If you know they're going to be injured both games, you know they're out. They're declared out. I don't mind it. I think that that is the best way to use it. If you get someone who's got a niggle and they don't start that first game, this is the issue. It's like, someone, he weren't quite fit enough, so he sat on bench and he didn't play. Are you then making a sub before his next game on the Wednesday?
Well, do you remember Palmer the other week? He had a niggle. He started on the bench, and if he didn't come on, I would have took him out. But he come on and scored, and then he ended up playing midweek and scored again. Yeah. So it worked out all right in the end, not using it.
Yeah, that Fulham game where he come on more and score straight away, didn't he, more or less?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky one with that. I do like the sub feature. I think it can dig you out of a hole here and there, but I'm pretty certain we're going to be telling some sob stories on that throughout the season. There'll be a few people burnt, possibly one of us on here as well. Pickles and Brie, hi guys. Looking to move Pedro and Romero out for Gyökeres and Thiaw. Would you say Gabriel Gyökeres is more essential over the next few weeks? I've gone through that. think I'd choose Gabriel over Gyökeres at the moment. I think Gyökeres really does need to find his shooting boots. So.
Especially $5.5 million.
Yeah. I think Gabriel and Thiago is the way there. Jesse, Ben, right, lads, is it worth tripling up on Palace defence? He already owns Lacroix and Richards. Palace should easily win the conference and seem to start the same 11. They've got a really nailed back line, haven't they, mate? And
yeah,
they're a bloody good team.
If it's Munoz, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Even Gehi's decent pick.
Yeah, he's been getting
Palace
quite a few assists. Yeah, proper solid. Ryan Cook, yeah, be in there before Donnarumma. Yeah, United keeper, never a good option. You've gone to the right side of Manchester.
He just seems to not get many save points, does he?
No, that's it. You got to rely on them clean sheets.
Edison's the same.
Yeah, he was. It's clean sheet or bust, isn't it? Steve Ricks, well-needed win, played well. And hopefully they can kick on and get a few more wins. And just to clarify, Steve, he already had Porro in this question. So I would keep.
Yeah.
Grumpy Mother FPL. Evening, guys. Would it be worth a punt on captaining Saka over Haaland this week?
It's worth a punt, but I won't do it.
Look, it's punty. It is punty. It could pay off. I wouldn't do it in a double, but in this single, look, you're not going to, unless Haaland does go on and score 4, 5, 6, it's not going to hurt you too much, as long as you've got Haaland in the team as well. If there's ever a week to take a bit of a punt, I mean, we say it sometimes, don't we, with the max captain. Like if you get a double where City have a couple of tricky fixtures, using a max captain at that point could work well.
Saka's not played 90 minutes yet either.
That's true. It's true, obviously, easing him back into it. TK, who's the best Arsenal targets this week? Gyökeres, Gabriel, Eze, Saka. I like Timber, Eze, Saka, Gabriel, just not Gyökeres. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, pretty much. They're the guys. Timber's a points monster, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Just gets points from all sorts of angles. I really like him. If I knew he's going to start every week, he didn't start in Champions League, did he?
No. Like I said, using it like the Carabao Cup. We'll just fly through a few more quickly. JC, what's the best game week to use the goal booster? Have you even thought about that yet, Ben? I've seen there are a couple of people, I think, that's seen knocking around, used it last week.
I think some used it this week as well with Haaland captain. You get, what is it now? 8 points for a goal and then doubled.
Yeah, 9 for a goal, and then obviously captained him.
Yeah. I haven't had a proper look yet, but yeah, I think I'm going to be looking for like Champions League double or every European double. But there is some, is it game week 13? Double Premier League week. That's a decent week to use it in. In November 29th. There's another double game week around Christmas time as well. Boxing Day. Decent doubles there for
17.
Yeah,
Saturday and Tuesday.
Yeah,
I think I'm leaving mine to second half of the season. I don't know. I just want to try and get my points tally up with authentically without the boosters, and then see where it takes me there and try and use them. I used them most of them quite early last season, so I'm going to change tack this time. Kevin Poulter, hi guys, pretty simple moves this week. Johnson out for Ismail Assar. only have 3 million left to remove Kusanov from Milenkovic, unfortunately. Does this look good, or are there any other ideas I could do?
I prefer Williams to Milenkovic. Can he afford? Did he go up last week? I think he went up.
Yeah, you got the goal, didn't he? Which is a trouble.
Yeah, he's 3.3 now.
Yeah. Yeah, tricky one. Boris defender. Can you not change formation? Maybe sticking a cheaper midfielder. I don't think them defenders will be getting much. Although Milenkovic is quite threatening in her, isn't he? He's quite good.
I didn't realise Sinchenko's injured again.
Yeah, he got injured.
2.7. He's a great pick if he could stay fit.
Yeah, he's just robbing a living, isn't he? Absolutely stealing a living. Might as well put me on bench. Tom, you've got a Burnley badge as your thing, so I'm not going to ask you a question. Only joking, Tom. Only joking, mate. Hi, lads. Should I be bringing in Doku and Reinders? I already have Haaland and Foden. I feel like I need all four. Do you know what? That was my first draft that I sent to my tag team partner, Andy. That is what I did. I already had Reinders and Haaland, and I was bringing in Foden and Doku, and that's what I felt I needed to do for the week, because I think they had Burnley and Monaco, and I just thought 2 plum fixtures, got to go for it. I didn't. Doku did. Well, he ripped it up, didn't he, against Burnley, and then I mean he didn't score too well against Monaco, but yeah, I get what you're saying, Tom. I think I'd just go for one more. I think 3's enough, and try and spread it out a little bit more. I basically went for Eze and Foden in the end, rather than Foden and Doku. So just to try and maximise the amount of angles of points, because if you know what Burnley are like, they could have sat behind ball all game, and City might have only won 1-0, and if you've got 4 of their assets and it not scoring very well, it could be a long weekend after that. So yeah, I think if you're really fancying City, just throw one more in. What do you reckon, Ben?
Yeah, one more. Go Doku because he's nice and cheap, and then bring in Gordon instead of Reinders. Similar price, 4.7. I think Reinders 4.6. That's what I'd do. Get him in, penalty taker, Champions League.
See, Miss Snoop is going O'Reilly and Thiaw in, the KDH and Struick. How is he surviving your team, Noopy? CS editor, 100 points for going Haaland on the goal boost. I thought I've seen that somewhere. He got triple figures. Neil Clement, hi guys. Would you transfer in and out of these 4 for the single? Transfer in, out of these 4. Saka, Gordon, Semenyo, Doku. Again, Gordon's up there now. So Gordon will go in for me, and then I think it's between Saka and Doku. I think they both got good fixtures. Guns to the head, I'd go Gordon, Doku. What do you reckon,
Ben? Love Semenyo for this single game week, but you just not digging at all, but like you're planning transfers out again for European players the week after. So I'd just sleep on some. I'll just leave Semenyo, bring in Doku and Gordon out of them 4. Saka's still a good pick though.
Yeah, he is.
It's a bit expensive.
That's it. Once he starts playing 90 again and starts hitting them PPM, he's probably going to be one of the highest scorers of the game if he stays fit for the rest of the season.
Just going back to O'Reilly, I just looked at him. He got 15 points this week, and he's only 2.1 million.
Yeah,
he doesn't get the clean sheet points, does he? Because he plays left back. It's the only problem.
Yeah, he's like out of position but wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've never changed the player's position mid-season, have they, either?
No.
He'll always stay that way, so... Yeah,
Could be a good
unfortunately.
enabler.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, to be fair, the positions he takes up, he doesn't much look like a left back to me. But against the tougher teams, that probably found out a little bit.
If you wanted to go to like an expensive goalkeeper, you could put him in as your fifth midfielder, and then you'll have money for your goalkeeper. It'll go up in price this week as well.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't do it, but it's an option.
Yep, definitely. Last one. TK, Doku or Kudus for this week's. What's your thoughts? I've got Kudus. I don't have Doku. They both got great fixtures. Flip a coin. I don't both. Do you reckon, Ben?
I think Kudus is going to go off soon, but for the 0.9 saving, I think you've got to go Doku. Doku's getting a chance. He's getting his chance in the team now.
Yeah.
I just hope Pep doesn't pull him out now because he didn't have a stinker, but he didn't do anything points wise against Monaco. But he might be just resting him. Just said, "Oh, come on, you come off. Need you at the weekend."
He's played a lot of minutes, Doku. So
yeah,
and he's all energy. He doesn't stop, does he? So yeah, I think he was just being protected a little bit there. Right, I think that wraps it up, Ben. Before the chat goes even more crazy. Thanks everyone for listening. Like I say, if you've not dropped a like or a subscribe on the video, please do. Please vote for us in the FCAs. It'd be nice to be walking up as one of the first ever Dream Team associated podcasts or creators to win a little bit of something and get recognised. So it's a great game, best game out there. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Like I say, we will obviously try and do as many as we can of these throughout the season, but obviously it's always dependent on family life and other things. But yeah, thanks to everyone who supports us. If you're interested in joining the Patreon and getting the early access to all the podcasts, and obviously getting your questions in a lot earlier and guaranteeing that they're asked on air and answered. The Patreon link should be underneath, or there is a YouTube subscription button. Help support the pod, help what we do. Yeah, cheers everyone. Cheers, Ben.
Cheers, mate.
And good luck.
Cheers to everyone. Yeah. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck and good night.